Namaskar, I am Dr. Vikas Kapoor and I'm an orthopedic surgeon and I work in Medica Super Speciality Hospital. Medica Super Speciality Hospital has been at the forefront of healthcare delivery in Eastern India in a big way in past 10 years. Today, as we stand 2.5 months wiser in a disease which was not existing 4 to 5 months back in our country and 6 months back in this world, we are at crossroads of what really this disease has brought us into. Some of us have understood it very well. Some of us are trying to understand it. And some of us, I would say most of us in the society in general, have absolutely misread this whole problem. The problem is a viral infection. It is a severe form of flu. It is something which can kill people, but it is something which probably has 3 times the mortality rate of flu, or 4 times, or 5 times, which can be up to 1% or 2% of the total number of people getting infected. Now, this high mortality rate itself is not about the virus being very aggressive. It is about the strain of virus to which we don't have a vaccine. Probably may not be possible to have it for a year, or effective treatment. Now, the effectivity of treatment is already getting established. Out of 100 patients who get infected, 80% don't even know that they have an infection. They escape even the primary symptoms. Out of the 20 people who actually feel that they are unwell, probably they don't get tested. But if they do get tested and they are found to be positive, actually most of them get better. So we are afraid of death, are we? Or are we afraid of all the myths which are surrounding and things going on in the society? So yes, I am afraid of death. I am a healthcare worker. Today I am talking to you, tomorrow who knows where I would be. But at the same time, all of us are working full time in the hospitals to treat patients who are non-COVID also. And believe me, all of you, today India has shown a recovery rate of 50%. So out of 100 patients who got infected, 50 have got cured. Out of the 50 who are still suffering, the percentage which is actually in the hospital is less than half. And out of the half of them who are in the hospital, out of 100 who get admitted to the hospital, 2 people actually end up having a fatality. So can you imagine how much we have staggered our treatment protocols and how much we have become more efficient in treating? What we are afraid of today is the infrastructure to treat. So the infrastructure to treat, the government has done a lot of job. The state government has done very well. The central government is trying its best. We are all ending this lockdown with proper infrastructure in health. The infrastructure of the best private hospitals coming forward. And I believe today, the hospital which is standing with people in private is the best hospital. So it is the time which has separated the men from the boys of healthcare in private sector. Separating men from the boys, the hospital which actually treats patients of COVID with a separate infrastructure is the safest place a person can go for treatment. Today I go to a hospital for my kidney problems, and that hospital does not know how to treat a COVID patient, doesn't take admission of a COVID patient, kicks them out of the hospital. It's inhuman. They are not prepared to do anything. They should not be trusted for anything. And if they are trusted, you are putting your own health at risk. So therefore, every hospital today has an answer to give to the society. And this answer is that yes, we are there with you for all kinds of treatment. We are there with you for COVID and non-COVID treatment. We will treat you come what may. And that is what the government is doing today. They are opening up everything. Our state government has created separate healthcare infrastructures for COVID. They have done commendable work. It takes time. Let us give people time. And the private hospitals, especially my hospital, I'm very, very proud to be associated with Medica. This hospital has led way in treating people. But at the same time today, I can proudly say that we have started our knee surgeries, we have started our other surgeries, and we are slowly and steadily getting our patients right walking into OPD asking for help, who have been neglecting their shoulder pains, their knee pain, their back pain. They have gone actually worse, and I am so sad to see them. To see them that they have suffered not because of their own fault, they have suffered because of the misinformation of the system. So probably we have succeeded in treating the patients, but we have not succeeded in giving the right information. Probably we did not have the right information. Today we have the right information. And I can surely say that if there is a mishap in my family, there is an adverse cardiac event, there is a fracture in the hip, there is a knee replacement waiting to happen, and some of my elders are completely on the bed or on the wheelchairs and they cannot walk. Probably time has come when we can realize that in 2 months we have developed enough safety protocols. Probably we are safer than what we were in pre-COVID era. Probably we are safer because we have understood how to create extra barriers to prevent infection. And probably time has come when healthcare is going to become so highly standardized that it will be safest to get an elective surgery done. So the time has come. And now it is the time to prevent complications. We as doctors, we don't want to treat complications. We don't want to treat people who have neglected themselves. And because I know in my heart of heart that you will never get better. We can only take you. We want you to go and run and play. We want you to actually go out and climb mountains in future. We don't want you to come at a stage to us where I can barely make you walk to the toilet. We don't want you to come to us with a cardiac event or with a kidney event where you would need a transplant. We don't want you to come at a time when we tell you, okay, we have made your heart slightly better, you will have to survive by staying in one room. No, we want to get you back into the society, into the post-lockdown society where you will be able to live with head held high. We want to get back your self-respect, and we want to take away the myths of COVID. Yes, we do treat all patients, and we are proud to say that we have created a completely different infrastructure, something which you will never get. I am proud to say that we have a separate pathway, we have separate lifts, we have separate staff, we have separate kitchen, food, we have completely separated section in the hospital where we treat people who need health care and in COVID infections also. But at the same time, 80% of the hospital is completely sanitized. Can you imagine? Completely sanitized hospital where not even one bug is there. Isn't that the safest place to get your joint replacement done? Isn't that the safest place to get a transplant surgery done where the risk of infection is high? Isn't that the safest place in the world to get your cardiac surgery done? Yes, that is the safest place to go. So please, I get a lot of messages nowadays why this communication is happening. This communication is happening because the messages which come to me are saying that hospital, if I come to hospital, I'll get corona. I said, never say that, because I have been coming to that hospital for last 2.5 months. My family is living with me. My parents, 75, 80-year-olds are living with me. My children are living with me. Don't you think we have responsibilities towards them? So how do you go to a doctor who is living in that hospital for 3 months and ask for treatment on the footpath just because you don't want to enter because of a belief which is bad. Start looking at yourself. Stop eating sweets. Start doing exercises. Why are you running away from those things? And why are you trying to blame a bug for all the misfortunes on the humanity? Bug is not responsible for this misfortune. We are responsible. We have avoided necessary health care. We have avoided doing exercises. We have avoided eating the right food. And therefore we are paying a penalty. We are paying a penalty not because some political things have happened. Those are issues which are beyond our healthcare realm. The issues which are really there are, if that bug is there, then how do I make my body perfect? And you cannot make your body perfect without getting treatment for other diseases. So therefore my request to my friends and to every viewer who is listening to this is, do not neglect. Time has come when we are all geared up. We know the problems, we know the treatment, we are trying to get there, vaccines are getting prepared. So if you neglect your regular health now, we might actually end up in a pandemic of cardiac, kidney, orthopedic, neurosurgical problems. The disease, other diseases will kill 10 times more people than corona is going to kill, ever. So, and that is a big, big worry for all of us as doctors. So this is my responsibility. This is the responsibility of the system I run. This is the responsibility of the hospital we run. That we come out, hold your hands, and take you through this journey with us. Let's stay together. Let's not neglect. Let's get our parents right back on track. Let's get our children treated. Let the fractures not happen. Jai Hind.